My name is Samantha Ann Hill. My project was conducting the women's choir at Bonneville High School. When they told us about it in 9th grade, it was actually the first thing that popped into my head. I just said, I want to try conducting. Music has always been a big part of my life. It's always something that's been there. And so it just seemed natural to me to go on into music, and I love to sing. It sounded a lot easier than it was. I didn't think it was going to be that terrifying, being up in front of that many people.
I really need you to watch me when I'm here. Otherwise, no point in being here at all.
I wanted to quit. I was just like, this is dumb. I'm gonna go do a different project. Mr. Dresden talked to me a little bit, and he said that all student teachers feel like this for the first time. They think, oh, it's gonna be so great, but it's not. The first couple weeks it was really rough because they didn't want to listen to me very much. But after I finally figured out what I was doing and how to teach them what I wanted them to do, then they warmed up and they were more willing to listen to me.
You're out of ones. You need more space, especially when you're holding that E up there.
Mr. Dresden showed me some of his lesson plans. He's like, this is how you should lay it out, this is how it should be done. And I would actually go in there during lunch, every single lunch, and I would talk with him about my lesson plan, and he would work with me on how I could work on it with them. And eventually I didn't need his help as often. Like, it wasn't a total rewrite, it was just some editing. These are all of my lesson plans. I would put what I wanted them to do, a purpose, something I wanted them to work on.
Does anybody in here know what the soft palate is? Yeah. All right. And you can raise it or lower it or do whatever with it. And it actually will control how you sound. But if your soft palate is too low while you're singing, then you're going to go flat.
The song we performed was Sing We Now Noel, and it was a Christmas song. I went through and I decided, okay, I want to grow here, I want to get quieter here. I want just this part to be softer, just this one to be louder. The hardest part was probably learning how to conduct. It's not just time ticking. There's a lot involved. Being able to look back from my third rehearsal to the final concert really made me realize how much they just had progressed. I actually didn't really notice while I was in the classroom because I was progressing with them. I was learning how to do things.
We're going to fix these parts at the end because there's weird stuff going on.
I learned how to conduct, of course, which was very difficult, and I learned that I have the ability to be a teacher. It's going to take some refinement, but I think that if I didn't do this now, if I didn't have Mr. Dresden or my friends around, I probably would have just quit after the first couple weeks. I learned how much I really love it, and just how really neat it is to be on the other side instead of in the choir, being in front of the choir. I'm scheduled to go to BYU in Provo next fall, and I'm going to be studying choral conducting. I'd like to get my bachelor's and teach high school for a little while, and then go on to get my master's and hopefully a doctorate eventually. I'd like to be able to teach college choirs, but I would be perfectly happy with a high school choir. Before I went on, I was terrified. I was standing back there and I was like, I don't want to go out anymore. They introduced me and I went out and I introduced myself in a little spiel about what I was doing.
My name is Samantha Hill. I'm a student at Bonneville for my senior project, which we have to do this year. I directed the women's choir.
But once I actually started conducting, I was fine. It went really well, considering what they were doing, from the beginning to end, how much they'd progressed was really quite impressive. and rather amazing. Overall, it went very well. I was very proud of what they did.